For hundreds of years, maybe longer, these same portage trails were used by the First Nations, the Ojibwe people, to escape the harsh climate of the Superior shoreline during the winter and head up to the inland lakes. This is what I'm told. And so today, not doing anything quite that rugged, but I am heading up the Sand River, hopefully to the Lady Evelyn Falls, if the water conditions allow. If it's not too high or too low. But at the very least, should get to high cliffs, which is also very scenic. I'm going to try and catch my first and last brook trout of the year on this trip. I've got a tricky bit of portage. I'm going up to the river here, so I'm going to turn you off, put you back in my pocket, and we'll see you later on the trail. So we are paddling upriver, but as luck would have it, we have favorable wind gusts today. So we'll see how far we can get in 5 hours. We're going to make camp there. Water is way too cold to be lining the canoe like this. I just can't paddle or pull up these little swifts, and I'm too stubborn to turn back now. So we'll see how far we get. We're at least going to make it to High Cliff. I've got two of the larger portages behind me already. There's only one more big one if I go all the way to Lady Evelyn Falls. So, we'll see how it goes. So we got 1 to 2 foot swifts, sort of a slippery cobble bottom. I'm not actually walking while I'm recording this, well, maybe a little bit. It is September the 21st. The air temperature is about 15 degrees Celsius. I'm pretty sure there's a portage up that bank that I missed maybe 200 meters ago. And I've got another 200 meters of this. Sort of 1 to 3 foot water swifts. What would you do? Would you turn around and search the bank for that portage knowing you have a double portage? Or would you just, you know, my legs don't really hurt anymore, it's kind of refreshing. Whoa. And I get to take my canoe for a walk. This is going to get deeper before it gets shallower. And, oh, I didn't bring the GoPro, of course. So if my phone goes in, it's game over for it. Yeah, I just wanted to take some sort of cold action shots instead of just always the nice easy stuff. And I gotta put this camera away now. Okay. This is the last of the big portages on the way to Lady Evelyn Falls. This is the High Cliffs portage, so named because of the campsite at the high cliffs at the other side. And when I got to this campsite, I noticed that the last folks that were here were nice enough to leave their tent behind. Great big rusty duct tape mess. That if it's still here when I head back out, I'll bring it out. But, it kind of baffles me because, you know, it's my opinion that the type of people who are gonna canoe trip and portage up or down a river like this are not the kind of people that are gonna leave garbage behind. Like, you know, your Cliff Bar wrapper falls out of your pocket, fine, you know, that happens. But that's not an accident, you know. You gave up on your tent and you decided you're just gonna give it a burial here at a campsite. Like, just, I don't know, pack your shit out, dude. It's not hard, especially going out. It's all downhill canoeing. There's nothing easier. So rant over. There's those cliffs. Pretty cliffy, eh? And Serenity is getting all kinds of character. Like, this is probably the last big canoe trip of the season. She's due for a good sanding down and varnishing after this. Doing this portage that's not a portage for my third trip now because I forgot my small bag that I usually carry with the canoe. It's got important stuff in it, but it's annoying. So it's like, it's not even a long portage. It's 100 meters, but it's just become 400 meters. It's almost half a kilometer because I've had to go back and forth so many times now. Anyways, I am bound and determined to make it to Lady Evelyn Falls. There was another truck at the takeout my put-in area, so there might be somebody at the campsite that I want, but there is 2 sites along that stretch, so if they're at the one, I'll just take the other one. But it's a long river with a lot of campsites along it, and who knows when they put in or where they put in and where they might be right now. So I'd say that odds are pretty good that I'll have that site at the top of the falls. If not, we'll make do, because that's what we do. And yeah, okay. This canoe way down. The worst portage ever, this one. So short, but just ugly. La, 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 la. Good night, canoe. I'll see you tomorrow. Be good. Just like that, we arrived. Got the campsite that I wanted. That's the trail I took up. That's the trail if you were continuing up towards Sand Lake. Nice tent pad there. Nice tent pad back there as well. Fireplace right on the river. Got about an hour of sunlight left. And we're right on the top, right on top of the falls. Let's get down here and show you the bird's eye view. There we go. So that edge right there is the top that comes straight down. caught fish at the bottom before, so I'm hoping to do so again. First thing I'm going to do is set the tent up. Get the air mattress and the sleeping bag lofting. And then I'm going to catch the fish. So yeah, doing that. Oh, I'm going to stop Strava too. I'm Stravaing this whole thing. So a quick tour of camp before I collect firewood and catch a fish. Exactly a half an hour before sunset. So a humble little fireplace. More people that can't pick up their garbage. Rodent proof and bear resistant food barrel. Kitchen-y stuff. The pack that it all came in on. This tent came out of the late 80s or early 90s. It used to belong to my dad. I just recently made a footprint for it out of a just heavy grade tarp and gave it a good washing and replaced all of the shock cords on it so that it's nice and almost like new. I absolutely love it. Anyways, moccasins for by the fire after. My actual phone charging. I didn't bring a GoPro, but I bought 2 phones. Sweater, which I'll probably put on shortly. Down jacket. I don't think it's going to get that cold, but I'd rather be looking at it than for it. My Osprey Talon 11, my favorite backpack. It's just the right size to carry along with the canoe. Holds my rope and my hygiene first aid kit and a water bottle, and saw goes in the side, sunglasses. It's just the right size for everything. Little prayers and meditation book. Some silver sage, if I get in the mood for that. Dry merino socks. Those are going to feel good later. I've got the Climate Static sleeping pad. My big old Fernie 3-pound sleeping bag. Hasn't let me down yet. And Sea to Summit pillow. Headlamp for when it gets dark. I should actually just put that in my pocket now. And that's it. Time to get some wood. There's so much blowdown on all the trees. There's my wood right there. Done. So I gotta say, so far this trip has been just everything I wanted. I got the campsite I wanted. I got to the campsite that I wanted, and it was available. Caught 2 trout with 3 casts. There was dead standing, dry, and blow down wood all over the place. So getting firewood was the easiest it's been all year. It's a beautiful night. It's exceedingly warm for September 21st, or September whatever it is. The stars are coming out. There's a fingernail crescent moon on the rise. The smoke's barely going in my face. I've got Knorr Mexican rice cooking on my little Coleman because I'm being lazy. I don't want to cut up little sticks for the twig stove. This is just everything that this trip should be. It is.